Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's episode 10 of season 4 of the Coffee and Hardcore podcast. I'm Mick, all the way from Parkersburg, West Virginia, and I am joined by the one and only Wiley Willis from Chicago, Illinois.
What?
We also have the Encyclopedia of Hardcore, Steven Scopa.
What up?
From Boston, Mass. And special guest with us once again. We've got Jacob Oakencrow all the way from the Finger Lakes in New York.
Holla.
Which is Jacob's on both May episodes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, what you know about that?
I'm going to try and get on every episode.
We'll talk about that.
We kind of have a spot open.
What are we calling? Oh, we do. What are we calling this?
We're calling this the Gang Coffees and Hardcores.
That's right.
You were so giddy.
What's that?
I said you were so giddy.
Might be all the painkillers I'm on from cutting my arm open.
Yeah. So we're preparing for today, like in our different sections of the country, and Wiley sends this gory picture of his arm splayed open in the middle of the day in the hockey chat. I'm like, what?
Right?
I said, so this happened.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. So this happened. I'm like, what the crap, dude?
Why didn't I get this picture?
You're not in the hockey group.
You like hockey?
No.
Okay, then you're not in a group.
Does that make sense?
Oh gosh. So yeah. So you didn't get stitches. You fixed yourself, right?
Yeah. So in March, my insurance renewed to a lesser plan for the same price, basically.
Of course.
And yeah, it keeps getting worse and worse. And basically I haven't been to the emergency room yet or anything like that. So it would have been like $600 or something. I think it's like $575 or something.
Crazy.
Just to go get stitches. And I was like, let's try to do it ourselves.
And you did.
Home surgery.
Yep. Well, I didn't stitch it. I butterflied it, but.
Oh, you sent the pictures and everything, and then you're like, yeah, but I go wait 7 hours for her to get home. I'm like,
Yeah.
7 hours. I'm like, he's gonna bleed out in 7 hours.
Yeah. So it happened at like 11 at night, right? And I'm at work, and I'm trying to get this thing off, which is these the drain thing. What are they called? Come on, help me out here. I already told you guys. Why can't I think of it?
The drain for the sub pump?
Yeah, for the sub pump, but they're the filters, like the filters that are in it, the charcoal filters. Like I had to change it, and this tool that they have for it, it just completely slipped. And the new sub pump holder that we have is it's not it's stainless steel, and it doesn't really have rounded edges, so it's just like straight stainless steel.
Oh.
So my arm just like slipped, and it went down into the stainless steel. And then my wrist slid across it. So it cut off about 2 layers of skin on my wrist and then put a nice dent in my forearm, on the back of my forearm. So I was trying to do like, did I send you the picture of at work with all the bloody rags and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
like
trying
a horror
to.
Scene.
Yeah, I took like a seat, the back of a CD as my mirror. And I was like trying to, finagle it, get my arm all back together. So that was fun. But it kept me up till like 3 a.m. because it kept bleeding through all the I changed the bandages like 4 times, and finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to butterfly this thing together, and luckily it actually worked.
Nice.
So we're good.
Yeah,
hopefully we're good. Hopefully,
yeah. You showed us your arm and it wasn't bleeding anymore. It wasn't coming through the bandages. So
right.
I think you might be good.
Yeah, after like 10 minutes, it soaked through the 2 things of gauze, the wrap and the tape. So that's a bad sign.
Important question. Did you ruin any tattoos?
You know what? Maybe because I did this before on my elbow. I worked at this framing shop.
So you're a mess.
And well, so basically, like someone was hauling this huge piece of glass through the framing shop, and you're supposed to say behind, kind of like a restaurant, when you're hauling something that can cut someone's face off. And I turn around because I'm cutting this acrylic for a picture frame, and he just nailed me in the elbow with this thing, and it actually hit a tattoo also, and it moved it a little bit. So the part of the tattoo moved a little bit, and it's a little bit raised, but you wouldn't be able to tell really. It healed pretty nicely.
Okay.
So I'm hoping this one heals
Nicely.
Nicely. But like, I don't really care, honestly. What if I don't have to spend $600, that's all I care about.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't go from like the Gorilla Biscuits like logo to like some Salvador Dali kind of.
No, that's someone else's arm, but that'd be cool. If that's what you think I have tattoos of, huh? You're not far off.
So some stuff happened since the last episode to this episode. There was a drop. There was an album drop, right?
I don't know.
Yes, there was. You do know, because the Blood on Our Front Stoop went from this, which nobody can see, but went from this to freaking 3D.
Which there's a glare on the screen. It just looks like you reheld up the same thing.
Right. Sorry. But look,
it went from this glared out record to this glared out record.
But yeah, I got mine in the mail the other day. I got my 3D glasses so I can look at my.
How does it work?
It looks awesome. It works awesome.
I think it does too. Yeah.
Even the flyer for it.
Yes.
Too. It's awesome.
Props to Zach Bridier for making that 3D. I think I already told this story maybe you haven't heard it yet, the story yet, but we sent this artwork to our graphic designer, and Jeff, Jacob.
Yeah.
Jeff, we sent it to Jeff.
Yeah.
And Jeff respectfully declined.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, this is way too much work trying to make something 3D. I'm good. And so of course Zach was like, I can do it. And he did an amazing job.
Cool. It looks awesome. It's really cool. I don't know how you guys how in the world is like, hey, I'm going to go find some 3D glasses to put with every release. Like, how the heck did you even find that? That was
awesome. Me. I did that. I put all those glasses. I ordered the stickers and got the glass. It was basically like a 3-man operation. Zach did all the artwork and the layout. I did the 3D glasses and put the stickers on them. And then Matt got the tapes made from Steadfast.
That's awesome.
And shipped them out.
Really cool. They look good, man. You should be proud. They look cool.
Well, thanks for ordering.
Yeah.
Did you notice the rat or the dog on the back with the rat is in 3D also?
Yes. It's awesome.
I know you didn't. I don't think you got the CD version. I'll send it to you.
No, I didn't get to see. I just got the cassette version because I did cassettes.
I'll send it to you because the actual CD artwork is in 3D too, and it's really rad looking at it.
Shut the front door. Are you serious?
Yes, it's so awesome. Cool. It's probably the coolest. It kind of sucks because we couldn't do it with the tape, right? But because of like the matte finish of the actual CD, the goon and the dog just like pop out of the CD. It's probably the best one.
That's awesome.
So I'll send you one. I'll send you all one.
Yeah.
Humpback whales for everybody.
So that was cool. Hey, I went to Saw Coheed in Cambria. I keep saying and bragging it because they were freaking good.
They're a great band.
They were awesome. Killer band.
I mean, I haven't heard anything since the Good Apollo 4, is it?
Yeah.
But that record kicks. Yeah. Did they play anything from there? I'm sure they played.
No, they just played. It was no hope for. Was it no home for tomorrow? It was like that tour.
Oh, so, that's like a record after that, right?
Yeah. They played it straight through and then came back and did an encore of 8 songs.
Whoa. That's like a normal punk band set.
Right. So yeah, it was pretty long. I will say
they played for like 2.5 hours.
Yes. Yeah. But it was worth it. It was worth it. It was good. It didn't feel like 2.5 hours, but it was good. So I want to talk about the opening band, and I'm not going to say too much other than I'm not going to give their name, but I will say that I shared it in the thread, and Steven was like, dude, yeah, and they straight up sucked. So
Wait, Steven, you were into him?
I am, yeah. I love that the album Sunbather. It's
You mean
actually
they-
very good.
Oh,
You just
that
gave
band.
shit away.
Yeah.
yeah, don't say the name of the band. You can say the title of the album.
I will-
Listen,
so-
I'll say this.
so
I
I-
haven't listened to the album yet. I just
I've never-
heard them live.
I've never seen them live.
Yeah, that was
I'll
gonna
tell
be
you
my
that.
question. That was gonna
So
be my
I-
question.
but-
So you've seen them live, Mick, and
Yeah.
you've heard
Yes.
them on the record, Steven.
Yeah.
Right.
And you say they're good on record,
Yeah.
and you say they suck hard
Oh,
live.
dude, listen, let me tell you something.
That bad.
They all walked. They you know, like a band does. They play a little track in the background to set some ambiance, and and like they had some smoke coming out, and the lights were coming and moving around or whatever, and the whole band walks out together, and there's like 2 or 3 people going yeah, and then like
Two
the
or three.
singer like straight up looked like a drama. Like dude definitely was in theater in high school.
Oh yeah, you sent us videos
like,
of that.
And he like totally was doing all this whole thing. Like he was trying to get the guitar to get louder, and like he was directing an
He was
orchestra.
orchestrating it. Yeah.
And like I was like, okay, so this is like shoegaze, atmospheric, kind of heavy. Like, okay, I can get into this. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, straight pig squeals. It didn't stop. I thought this is just the opener, this is all it's going to be. No, every freaking song. Pig squeals, and then they get to the next to last song, and the guitar player actually sang, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, why can't it all be like this? No, after the first 2 seconds of that song of the guy singing, he went straight to pig squeals. And not that I'm against pig squeals singing. Like I enjoy some bands that are like that. It just
Didn't fit the music.
and it didn't help that I think they didn't have the same sound guy as Coheed, and they did not do him any favors by turning the drums way up and the vocals.
Maybe they're trying to drown out those pig kicks.
They could. I don't know. So
You have,
yeah,
you, have,
there you go.
you have to listen to the record.
I will. I'll listen
and
to
just
actual
because
record.
I'm actually I'm curious. I'm really curious if it sounds completely different to you.
We'll see. So yeah, there you go. That was my experience. Coheed rocked. Their opener sucked. All right.
So we're talking about coffee on this episode. We're talking about hardcore, as Steven would say on this episode. And we got Jacob from Oak and Crow with us again, as we said. So let's get into the album review, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Let's do it.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1. No touching of the hair or face. Of course. And that's it!
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Marshall with the parent punk band Parental Petulance. Just wanted to let everybody know the band just dropped a new single entitled Terrible Twos. You can check that out now on YouTube, and it should be hitting streaming platforms everywhere very soon. The song is about exactly what it sounds like, just life with a 2-year-old in the house and all the highs and lows of parenthood that come along with that. This song, just like all of our other songs, is a means to put out content for parents to relate to and just have something to laugh at and smile about throughout all of the ups and downs of being a parent. Although our band is still technically on hiatus, we do have hopes to potentially release some new material here in the future, so please keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, please enjoy Terrible Twos. Thanks for listening.
You woke up this morning on a brand new day. Uncertain what was in
Listen, terrible dudes. Listen, terrible. Terrible dudes. Your sweet little smile, what happened to it? Your sunny disposition, what happened to it? Some days I just want to jump forward in time, because this fissure in my make me lose my mind. We're not about wasting their youth. This time is short, so make the most of it. But listen close to this cold hard truth. You better watch out, cause it's the terrible dudes. It's the terrible dudes. It's the terrible. Terrible dudes.
Hello. This segment is what we like to call the album reviews.
Woo!
We have 4 albums to review. Oh, you're going to get it, and you're going to get it good. Album reviews on the Coffee and Hardcore podcast. Coming at ya! Let's do this, boys. Come on. That was the best intro to a segment I've ever done. Did.
Quietest.
I think
You're not wrong.
I think the way you're dressed for this one, I think that is totally affecting how you're introducing.
What you talking about? You should explain to the listener how I'm dressed.
So Wiley looks like a contractor who's on his way to church. He's got
Or court.
or court.
Right.
He's got is it a flannel or is that just like
It's a flannel.
he's got a flannel buttoned up all the way, sleeves all the way down to his wrist. And I believe he's got black pants on with
And
a
it's
belt
tucked
and
it's
it's
tucked in.
And he's got a knife tucked into his pocket, because he might run into someone on the way to church.
Oh, I always keep this on me, baby. My Milwaukee knife.
Oh god.
I had to hide it in the bushes when I went to court one time to get married. My wife was like, you can't bring that in through the metal detectors, right? I'm like, oh crap, I'll hide it in the bushes.
Oh, I thought you said you had to hide in the bushes.
No, the knife. I hid the knife in the bushes.
Oh,
She's like, my husband to be's around here somewhere, I swear. Check the bushes, ma'am.
dude, if you had khakis on, I don't know if I could take it.
Some Dockers.
Yeah, some Dockers.
Nice.
Some mighty fine Dockers.
And some tan work boots. I have black work boots on.
Oh gosh, that'd be awesome.
It would be so awesome. I'd be church/court ready.
Yes, you would. And then afterwards, you'd stop by in your big, huge truck.
Yes, my Ford F-150.
Yes, do some contract work
with truck nuts on it. Silver truck nuts.
Oh God.
And I'd have a bumper sticker that says honk if you love guns and Jesus.
Yes.
And everyone would just be honking the shit up.
Yes.
Because everyone loves guns and everyone loves Jesus. Amen. Going to court. Going to church.
Dude, you don't know how much you look like 95% of the people that live in West Virginia.
Or
the UP.
Yeah, or the UP. Or what's his name? Al from an Al that fasted.
Right.
For a year.
From Tool Time.
From Tool Time. Jacob's like, come on, let's get this shit going.
She's like, what is happening?
I'm just listening. To you idiots.
Did you say you idiot?
No, it was plural.
All.
It was plural.
Okay. I thought you idiot would have been funnier.
I swear you were here last weekend knocking on my door trying to sell me solar panels.
Oh, there was someone like
in
Colorado now?
Yeah, yeah, I moved.
Oh gosh.
Hey guy, you want to buy some solar panels? No. I have energy drinks that I made in my passed up if you want some of them. All right, shit. Let's get into this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
who's going first? He's going first.
I think the Hardcore Encyclopedia should go first.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, so this time around, I went with the band Skourge. The album was released March of 2023.
What year or what day in March?
It was the 14th, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Torrential Torment is the name of the album. From Houston, Texas. So it's a thrash, punk, death, hardcore crossover. It's like a mix of like everything.
Ooh.
Dude, this album is like 29 minutes of pure adrenaline. It's nasty. It just I hear influences of like Power Trip, Slayer. There's even a little bit of Pantera in there.
Pantera
Bass
bread.
lines. Oh yeah, big time. Bass lines are bone rattling, chugging, chunky riffs, amazing. It's got a punky, punchy percussion with a double bass that just kicks you right in the face.
Nice. Punky, punchy
dude.
percussion. You were
Dude,
studying
yeah,
up on your
dude,
wordplay.
It is really good, man. I'm telling you. The vocalist even has like a unique sound. He doesn't have that normal yelling these days. Like he stands out. So it's a solid album. It's way up there on my list for 2023 releases. The album's just a complete banger. Even the artwork is incredible. It's got just tons of colors. Devil coming down, grabbing people in hell.
Devil!
Dude, it's crazy. Even the album artwork. So the name of the band is in like this 80s like color pattern.
Devil! Sorry.
Super crazy. It's that 80s thrash shit. Like it's cool.
So real quick with the whole devil thing, when
Mhm.
the New Jersey Devils were playing that game that they actually got eliminated, they were playing "To Hell with the Devil" in the beginning. I thought that was
Right.
amazing.
that was a riot.
You
That
guys
was a
heard it?
riot.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was so good. Okay,
It
sorry.
was so
I
good.
interrupted.
So my favorite songs, Torrential Torment, Peasant Revolt, and the one I'm gonna play for you, which is Flagellation.
Wow, these names, man.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love the beginning of this track. It's just straight drums. They just blast your ears off into some crazy guitar work. And I'm gonna drop it for you right here.
Do they have
So
a song called Flag Football Pension Penitentiary?
That's on the next album.
Okay.
So let's drop it. Here it is.
of face melting shit right there.
So tell me what you guys think about that.
I thought it was scary as fuck. That's what I thought.
Oh. Like in Scooby-Doo when they unmask
Yes.
a villain, but it's really
Yes.
you.
Yeah, pretty
Exactly.
much. But I have an odd comparison. The singer, to me, the way his tone was, not so much his voice or his screaming voice, but his tone and his rhythm reminded me, this is going to be so weird, of Lenny from Motorhead.
I get that. I get
It
that.
was like, it was
Right.
just like, just his
Did you say
pattern and
Lenny?
voice. Yeah, isn't it Lemmy?
It's
Sorry,
Lemmy.
Lemmy.
Sorry, Lemmy.
I was like, we can't let that slide.
No,
Yeah, don't you dare edit that out.
We can't let Lenny slide there. We got to
It's
correct
not
that
Lenny
shit.
from Laverne and Shirley. It's Lemmy from Motorhead. Yeah,
Death
it just
threats are
the
coming.
rhythm and the tone mixed with an old 80s Christian thrash metal band called Seventh Angel. from Great Britain.
Devil!
So those two combined is what the vocalists sound like. And man, I thought that the intro to the song just set the atmosphere for what was about to happen to you. And like it was like I needed a blanket and I don't know, like something so I could hide because it was so freaking scary. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
that's what I thought.
Good pick,
Perfect.
Steven. Good pick,
Perfect.
Steven. Cool.
Who's gonna
next?
Who's sharing next?
You want to go, Mr. Jacob of Oak and Crow?
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I was originally going to go with something by the Chisel, more on the oi side of hardcore.
I liked that. I listened to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
It's really good, and as my buddy Matt would say, it's like if Choke from Slapshot were singing for like a British oi band.
You know what? What song did you want? Let's just play a Chisel song. Let's just give
Yeah,
it
we'll
to
do
him.
it.
I don't remember which one I was going to pick because then I changed bands. But the thing is, like, they kind of remind me of like a gnarlier Cockney Rejects mixed with a little GBH.
I hear
Okay.
that.
But yeah,
But but a little bit more hardcore.
yeah.
I liked
But-
him a lot. I listened to that whole record. Let's drop one of their songs, Mick. Let's
All
do
right.
that real quick. Let's do it real quick.
Here it comes.
Drop Retaliation. That's a good song.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here it comes. See, now that's good boy
Yeah.
hardcore right there. Good
That's it.
good pick. Moving on. No, just kidding. All right, what's your pick, Jacob?
So what I ended up going with was something a little different on the hardcore spectrum. All Out War from New York.
Which
they're in
hardcore is kind of
Yeah,
we'll,
but
we'll
I
give
mean,
it to them.
considering granted, when they started out, they wanted to be more of like not Entombed. Oh God, what's that band? In Battle There Is No Law.
Oh,
100
don't know why.
Demons? No.
No, they
No.
they were really big with the Warhammer players. You know, that D&D kind of board game where you have to paint the little characters.
I know, I can't think of it.
I can't think of the
Are
name
they a
right
D-beat band or no?
No, old like
Oh.
British Bolt Thrower. That's what I'm thinking of.
That's
yes. I was
Yeah.
looking it up. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, so they had this whole bolt thrower thing going on, but they were all hardcore kids. And like when I was 16, my band used to play with their bass player's old band. Eric Carrillo had a band with his brother Danny Carrillo. I think it was Danny. And they had a band called Violent Plague. They were from the Newburgh area. And then, I think it was like a couple years later, they ended up forming All Out War with Mike Skourge and the rest of those guys. So I felt like I've known some of them for a bit. I should give them a chance. And this new album is so brutal, given it's way more on the metal side of hardcore. But the song that I picked was Wrath Plague. And the reason I picked this one, it hit me the way, do you remember the Coalesce album, Give Them Rope?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, when I first heard that, I hit play and it basically just drags you by the hair, like from the first note, and you can't get away from it. And this track gave me that same kind of a feeling. And they're getting older, but they're just getting, heavier and heavier, in my opinion. And then they go into this breakdown that's just super intense. And when they come out of the breakdown, Mike's vocals just get super nasty. And I love their whole like sort of apocalyptic theme.
Yeah.
And his lyrics he has these semi-cryptic but intelligent lyrics. I forgot if he's a math or a history teacher. But it's kind of funny. He does this kind of music, but then he teaches young minds. It's kind of beautiful. I ran into him once in a brew pub in New Paltz in late 90s, and he was still kind of soured by Victory Records. And I started asking him questions. He's like, nope, I don't even talk about that anymore. He's
man.
Because they sold it or what?
No.
He was just
What
bent
happened?
out of shape about a lot of not getting tour support or some things like that. And
Dude
he's like,
sold that for tons of money too, millions of dollars.
who, Tony?
Victory Records. I don't know the guy's name. Who owns it?
I think it was Tony. Yeah, I don't know. But Mike was like, look, you want to talk about academia? You want to talk about microbrews? Fine. Not talking about hardcore. But then they got back into it, and this is just brutal.
What song you want to drop?
Wrath Plague.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
definitely plagued my wrath.
I've always liked All Out War. Ever since their first album, I've dug them.
When their first album come out?
Oh gosh, I can tell you.
98.
Yeah, 98. That was a good job.
Was
Yeah,
it 98? I
Yeah.
thought it was way earlier than that.
Well, they had
That's
some
pretty
like
early.
they had some EPs and singles before that. But their first like
For those who are crucified, that's what you're talking about, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's gray and almost has like World War One or two soldiers on the front of it. Yeah. That was like their first, I think, like release, but they had like a couple things before that I don't think you can find out there. I know it's not on Spotify.
Oh yeah,
But-
it looks like their first 7-inch was in 94.
Yeah.
Okay,
They've been
that makes
around for a
sense.
while. Yeah, but that first big album was the one that really I just remember walking to a record store. I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it, and then I was like, holy crap. Like the guitar tone, it was so unique and so awesome. And I was telling Steven before we jumped on that I was so glad you picked it because I kind of just forgot about them. And then I said, holy crap, they're still around. And so I was really stoked to dig into it because their guitar tone's still nasty. It's still heavy, and I love how the drums are just huge on all their albums. But this one they stuck to it. It's totally in your face. I really dig it. So I'm glad you picked it.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool how I remember those older albums too, and it went someplace else, and it's definitely a lot more metal now, but they kill it. It definitely has a great sound, and he does an awesome job with the lyrics. He's very talented. But I love that album. It's on the repeat list to play more. I got it in a couple of my playlists, so it's really good stuff. I'm super stoked you picked it.
Yeah, man. Some metalcore.
Yep.
Not even metalcore though.
No,
Nah.
metal.
We're like metal, yeah. It won't be hey, we've played metal before though on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
it's all in the same family.
That's right.
hardcore roots.
That's right. It's like mixing a poodle and a Labrador together, right?
Sure. Elaborate.
Yeah, it's all in the same family.
All right.
Send your emails to who's going next?
I don't know. It's between me and you.
Rock, paper, rock,
scissors, go for it.
scissors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Here we go. Ready? Ready?
So
Throw
we're gonna
shit.
go. Hold on. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ready?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Dang it. Gotta do it again.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Dang it. You got me. All right. I
Okay,
go.
so does that? Okay, that means you go.
That means,
Okay.
yeah, I'll go. All right.
I threw scissors, by the way, and he threw paper. So
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I was gonna go with another band, and then, fellas, I found out that the almighty, the one and only San Diego's greatest, Mean Season, freaking released a new album, and I was so pumped for it. Oh, dude, I love Mean Season so much. I'm sad that they only had one album and one 7-inch, and here we go. They dropped another one, and it's freaking amazing. It's raw emotion. It's sassy. They're the kings of San Diego hardcore. I don't care if you don't like it. Shut up and like it anyway. It's that freaking good. I absolutely love it. They've matured a whole lot. The lyrics still talk about stuff that's happening in the moment. The guy's got just the way he writes is so emotional and almost pushing you over the top with just raw aggressive emotion, slap you in the face. You need to pay attention to what's happening right here. And I was so happy that it came out, that when I came home from work, because I was listening to it at work, I came home, I was in a bad mood, and I just totally turned on the album. And then I saw that not only did they record new stuff, but they recorded 2 of my favorite songs off their LP, and which Pilgrim is like my favorite song. Like there's 2 bands that really had a huge impact on me when I in the 90s when I was in Zayo, and that was Unbroken and Mean Season. And man, like the Mean Season album was so good. Sorry, my kid just walked in and gave me a hug. But that Mean Season album was so good back in the day. So this one dropped. I got so
they
excited.
re-recorded 2 of their older tracks.
They re-recorded 2 of their older tracks.
That's cool. That's cool.
Pilgrim was one of my favorite songs by them, and they
do you like the re-recording? Oh, you do like it?
Yes, I do like it. It's stinking heavy. They slowed it down a little bit too to make it even heavier. But the song that I want to play on here is called "Lonely House." Yeah, we're just gonna drop it right here.
Okay, let's do it.
Because you didn't want it, I guess you can never have it all. In fact, you made me so calling. That time's already moving. Too many questions, so much aggression. On the spotlight, I wish I never had you. Too many questions, so much aggression. Under the spotlight, I wish I never had you. Rolling holes go down to my tool belt. Makes the kids stay. It's weary piece of stuff. You're so forgetting. Rolling holes go down to my tool belt. Makes the kids stay. It's weary piece of stuff. You're so forgetting. Too many questions, so much aggression. Under the spotlight, I wish I never had you. Too many questions, so much aggression. Under the spotlight, I wish I never had you. You know, the funny thing is, you never took the time to listen, to understand that there's a difference of opinions, difference of ideas that make a change. But you know what? That's fine. I don't expect you to change on account of me, but I promise you this, I won't let you control me. You think it matters? I won't let you control me! You can't have me! You can't change this away! So know this, my list, I will make your delusion! Lonely heart, of course, judgment is upon us! Too many questions, so much aggression. Under the spotlight, I wish I never had you. Too many questions, so much aggression. Under the spotlight, I wish I never had you.
There it was. You just
There it is.
You've just been mean seasoned.
Crazy.
Little
that
of this, little of that.
I remember the name, but I honestly don't remember ever listening to them before.
Oh man.
I missed out.
It's good.
They were-
It's
they kind of didn't. They were around, but they didn't get pushed as much. I don't know why, but
Yeah, you sent me
seemed
that
to be-
link, right?
Yeah,
You were like, "Oh, they keep putting this stuff out.
I
I'm gonna
know.
go crazy. It's awesome."
I like
Uh,
that song that you picked. It's pretty cool. It's I got like a super like alternative vibe from it.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna say so. My favorite off that thing they dropped was the title track, "Go to Hell."
Oh yeah, that's a good one
Dude,
too.
You
I was
better go to
listening-
hell.
Dude, I was listening to it though. Like doesn't the guy have like almost like a youth crew vibe?
Yep. Yeah.
But he's like in like it's not a youth crew band. Like it's he could be like the perfect youth crew vocalist. Like legit, he's got that tone and everything. But what they do, it's crazy. They
We're
mix
talking
it
about
together,
Samuel L.
so-
Jackson.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I
Yeah,
hope
you
they
know.
die, and I hope they burn in hell.
And
He
are they
should definitely front a hardcore band.
he should definitely be in a hardcore band.
Hold on
That-
to your butts.
That's the first LP.
Ooh, you got
Grace.
it. Mean season.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I bought this like I got this for $4 like forever ago, and
That's cool.
yeah,
See, Wiley,
yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to buy albums for reasonable prices.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Shh, my wife listens to this.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to overpay for everything.
No.
And
What album are you
they
speaking
playing?
of?
The one you're gonna have Eddie sign.
Oh, yeah. I had to buy that though. I bought that a long time ago. Before my wife and I were my wife and I.
Okay,
So she
so
can't
yeah,
get mad. Yeah.
She can't get mad at you for that. That was
Yeah.
before her time.
Dude, I bought the first Crucified record for original press for a lot of money. And then Veritas, you're gonna ask what a lot of money is. I can't say it. And then Veritas re-released it, and he actually sent me. He was gonna send me the plates, like that actually, that make the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, don't trust me with the plates. Don't send me the plates. I was like, those things should last forever. Like, you don't send me the plates. So, but he actually sent me one of the very first test presses for that record too. So
Nice.
that was a huge.
That's crazy.
That was huge for me. So I'm doing my record though, eh?
Yes, it's your turn.
Did we already dropped your song? We did. It was good.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So I'm dropping Gel, right? And
Yes, you are.
it came out March 31st. Yep. I'm dropping Gel. My
Yeah.
name's Ron Burgundy. And it came out on my birthday, March 31st of this year, 2023. 10 songs, 16 minutes. Really good. Really good. I think I want to play Snakeskin. Isn't that what I told you guys I was gonna drop?
Yes,
Yep.
that was what you were
I
going
lo-
to drop. Yes.
I love that song. This is a great record. So it's, to me, listening to it, it's sort of got like a trash talk vibe to it. Like, it sounds like they're very influenced by trash talk, but went like their own kind of direction with it. Cause it's got like a DB influence too, but it's also really heavy and like fuzzes out. It's really cool. Like, I'm a really big fan of this record. What do you guys think?
I think it's awesome. I've been kind of following them since the beginning at
Yeah.
2020, 2021 when they started dropping stuff. I think they got a unique sound and they do it a little different. It's great hardcore. And if you haven't heard them, you should check out all of their stuff because all of it is killer.
Do you get sort of that D-beat vibe though at times?
Yeah, definitely.
Especially
there's a
artwork
lot,
too.
a lot of different influences in there. So many different tones. Like you said, that like static fuzz stuff.
Yeah,
that they
that's
got
my
going on,
favorite.
too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Where are they? Where are they? Do you know where they're from?
You know what? You know.
I think I do. I might be wrong, but I think they might be from Cleveland.
Okay.
Or
You're the
Ohio,
Hardcore
somewhere.
Encyclopedia.
Yeah, I think I
Don't
was
let me
trying to. I hope
That's
I'm not
just
wrong.
that's just me. That's me deflecting because I don't know.
No, but I think it's a great pick, Wiley. It's a great album from 2023.
They're from New Jersey.
Is it New
Woo!
Jersey? I was
New
close.
Jersey Devils to hell with the devil.
Listen,
That's for you, Mark Sylvester.
hockey is a tough subject right now. So
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, we will. We are. You're gonna hear about it, y'all.
Great band. Check all this stuff out. I think it was a great pick. Awesome job.
So let's
Yeah.
drop Snakeskin.
Here it is.
Do it.
Holy hell, that was Snakeskin. Hope y'all enjoyed the album reviews. Now we're gonna do coffee.
Coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time. Cup of coffee, man, yeah. Man. Wow, man, freaked out.
Well, here we are. It's that time where we're going to get into some coffee.
Ooh.
We have some great coffee to talk about. My man Wally's excited over there.
Ooh. Well.
What who wants to share first?
Well,
me and Mick kind of had like a combo thing just because you
oh
sent us some stuff.
yeah. You
So
want me to go first?
yeah, you go first.
I don't ever go first. Do I go first? I always
No,
go
you
first.
never do. You always wait.
Yeah, you're the firster this time.
I'm the firster. Yo, I'm gonna do Stumptown Coffee Roasters based out of Portland, established in party like it's 1999, baby. That's right. I'm drinking organic 100-mile blend jam and toffee. 12-ounce bag runs you $17. I'm like tapping into my Charlie from Always Sunny. Okay, listen up, guys. Here's the description it gives me. Sweet and hearty with notes of jam and toffee. 100-mile is a sweet and hearty blend comprised of certified, that's right, certified organic coffees sourced primarily from East Africa and Central and South America. Sorry, I had to do it. For a robust flavor profile that's sure to take you the distance, even if that's just from the kitchen to the couch. I love that. It's sure. Let's repeat that hashtag. It's sure to take you the distance, even if it's from the kitchen to the couch.
That's a long
See,
hashtag.
It's all in the tone, right? How you say things. Like you could say it like you could say it, you know, it takes you the distance, even if it's from the kitchen or to the couch. Or you could say it like, even from the kitchen to the couch. Am I on drugs?
That's later on.
So I really dig this coffee, though. I really do. So I'm gonna say I wrote some notes down here. It's definitely got like a syrupy taste, which might not sound great, but it is. I definitely get the sweet and hearty feel. It has a bite, like a real bite to it, like it bites your tongue. It makes you want to continue to drink this coffee. And as I was taking sips to it, I could definitely taste the tasting profiles. I definitely kept drinking it because it was that good. It's a very full taste. It bursts with flavor, and it seriously makes me want to come back for more and 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 more and
Hit
more,
pause.
and
Hit
more,
pause.
and more.
Quick, hit pause.
So I get the toppy notes for sure. And on the back of the bag, it reads, "If we ever made such a thing as a trucker coffee, this would be it." That was pretty cool. I like that.
Nice.
So I totally agree with that. It's like a high end, like trucker's breakfast coffee. I could see like driving long hours and going to a diner in like a really strange city and having them serve this coffee. And it just takes you to this magical place. I approve this coffee. I like it. I like it. So I'm going to say something that's might be controversial here in the coffee world. But so I saved enough just to do like a review, you know, because I drank right when my wife got it for me, I drank it all. But then I had just enough like half left over. So I mixed it with Oak and Crow. And it was actually, that was a magical journey that I think everyone should take. It was so good. It was so good because it was like so bitey and hearty. And then I got the Oak and Crow flavor and I was like, I might be doing this more often. It was good. It was good. I know that's tainting coffee, but I liked it. And now I'm drinking Oak and Crow cold style. So that's what it is, y'all suckers. I want to hear what Jacob has to say.
Yeah. All right. So I went with a coffee from Onyx Coffee Lab in Arkansas.
That packaging was pretty cool that you sent us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do their coffee in a box now, and I think it's a 10-ounce bag now in that box. And I went with Geometry.
So wait, explain it to me. Like, is the coffee in a box, but then it's in a bag, or is it just in the box?
Yeah, it's in a bag. It's in I believe it's a compostable bag inside a box. This way, there's zero waste. You can compost it. You can burn it. Whatever. You're not. Nothing's going in the landfill, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's cool.
The one I went with was Geometry, which is a blend of Ethiopia and Colombia. It's on the lighter side. It's really, really nice. I have to say, I've never had any bad coffees from this place. I've been drinking their stuff for a very, very long time. This one goes for between $18 and $22, depending on where you get it. It's on the lighter side. It's super juicy. It's one thing I really like about their coffees is that it's really clean. I don't know how else to describe it, but when you're drinking it, there's like no coffee residue. It's just a really, really clean cup. I brewed it a couple ways. My favorite was in the Kalita Wave, and I did 30 grams of coffee to 500 grams of water, and it was just beautiful. Their tasting notes are berries, stone fruit, Earl Grey, honeysuckle, and their last tasting note was round, which okay. I can't say anything because I get some weird flavor notes on my bags, so whatever. A
rhombus.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you about light coffee. Now, when you drink lighter coffee, do you put more in the grinder, or do you just do normal amount? I always have to do more.
I changed the grind. Like with this, I ground a little coarser, just because it's lighter. And if you go with a grind, you'd go with more of a medium coffee. You're going to end up with a lot of sludge.
Yeah.
And instead of an even extraction in the grind bed, it's just going to look like mud. So I went a little coarser, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about their coffee. And I could throw a bunch of hashtags in there like you did, but
do it. Throw long ones.
Like hashtag kiss the bear. I don't know. I'm not gonna
kiss the bear.
Hashtag I used to hate car accidents, but now I hate cell phones.
Sure.
Norma Jean.
It's Onyx. It's Onyx, right? Hashtag
Onyx.
slam.
Oh,
the boys be boys.
Oh man.
Right.
Silence is our enemy. Is it? I don't know.
No.
Maybe it's our friend the way we're going. I'm going.
Jeez.
You want to do yours first, Mick?
Sure. So, thanks to Wiley.
That's me, yo.
Yeah, that guy.
Wiley sent us the almighty Dark Matter Coffee, couple blends to
From here in Chicago.
Yeah, from 2 different blends to Steven and I. And if you don't know,
Now you know.
Dark Matter always has the crazy artwork on their coffee bags.
Yeah, like they're tripping on shrooms.
Yes, pretty much. But Wiley sent me a dark roast, which he knows that I like.
Indeed.
He sent me the Starry Eyes dark roast, and I'm holding the bag because seriously, you got to save the bags when you get these things because they're so crazy. What was that?
I said collect them all.
Oh yes, collect them all. So yeah, Starry Eyes. So they always have crazy descriptions on their bags, and I'm just going to read this because it sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, here you go. Starry Eyes illuminates the path through darkness. Our dark roast is a giant step towards a refined, sweet, and complex cup forged from the pyrolytic core of the dark matter machine.
Ooh.
Dun, dun,
Sounds like on the back of a
dun.
Tolkien book.
Either that or the beginning of a Flash Gordon episode. But hey, they're not too bad when it comes to price, right? They're about $19 for what size is this? 12-ounce bags? That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. Anyway.
It's all right. It's all right.
I didn't, I don't know. The way it was described on the back didn't taste the same, at least for me. I thought it was good though. Not trying to diss it. It was very sweet. It was very smooth, dark coffee, but it had like this toasty, creamy kind of feeling. And I was looking on the website, and it said it had like a brownie, vanilla, almond kind of notes, and I could definitely get the brownie because that was that dark, smooth part of it. But to me, it leaned more to like a toasted marshmallow kind of feel.
That's what happens when your tasters are on drugs, kids.
That's right. So the first time I tried it with way too much half and half, because I like half and half with my coffee. I know I'm a wuss. I'm a sissy. I don't care.
You're projecting all that on yourself, friend.
I'm 48 years old and I can drink the coffee the way I want. So, but because it kind of overtook the smoothness of it. Second time I made it for myself, I just kind of dialed it back a little bit, and it made it perfect. So I like this coffee. I don't know if I like it as a morning coffee. To me, it's more of a like an evening
1 a.m. kind of.
Oh no, not 1 a.m. More like around 9 o'clock. Nice.
That's the morning.
No, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, 9 o'clock at
What's
night.
that?
How do you brew your coffee? What do you use?
I got a bunch. I got a couple different ways. My favorite way is I really like a mocha pot. I like doing that. And that's what I tried it with this one. I did a mocha pot, and then I did a pour over. If I'm in a rush, like in the morning, it's just, if I got to go to work, it's just straight up in the coffee pot. I have the same coffee pot that Wiley does.
I was gonna say, there's no shame in putting a little something in your coffee. When I do pour overs, like typically I do.
He's talking about booze. Oh, what?
Typically, I'll use the Chemex or the Kalita Wave, and those I'll drink black. But if I'm at the diner and we're doing a batch brew, like one of those big, like Curtis Towers, for some reason, because those are hotter, like your bun coffee brewer, I always put a little oat milk in it. For some reason, I don't drink those black. They're too hot for me. And there's just something about the flavor when they come out.
I like me some oat milk.
I don't think it takes away from it too much. Like I think it can kind of exemplify what's being brought out in some of the tones.
You mean like putting a little pure water in your scotch? Sure, I get it.
Sure. Okay, good. See, you know what I'm talking about.
Scotch ice cubes.
So yeah, I dig Starry Eyes. I drink it again. It's good stuff. What you got there, Steven? I like what Steven got. I got it sent to me before, and I dig it.
I got the good one.
You like it better though?
I do like what Steven got better than this. I will say that. I'm not dissing this. I'm not saying I wouldn't have it again, but you'll find out why, because Steven's going to describe it here in a second.
Yeah. So I got the unicorn blood. from Dark Matter. It's so all right. So the first sip, straight up syrup. Like you get this like syrupy taste. And when I took that sip out, I'll tell you, I realized it wasn't actually syrup; it was the unicorn blood. At that very moment, I
Got me.
became one.
Take me
with
on that
the
journey.
At that very moment, I became one with the unicorns. Began
Nice.
trotting and frolicking around the house. So yeah, mine's the espresso blend,
Yeah.
and it.
Did you say XXXpresso?
No X. It's an S.
You didn't say
He's from
straight
Boston.
edge
He's from
espresso.
Boston.
No, it's not espresso. It's espresso. So
Go
yeah,
to the
dude,
espresso.
it kicks you in the nuts, man. Like this shit
Whoa,
is.
I don't want that.
Dude, this shit's strong. It's dark, it's sweet, and it's strong. It's got like this like mapley syrup taste, but it's got a bite to it too. And it really just, dude, if you have like a list of things to do, this is the coffee for you because you'll get it all done in a day. It got me moving.
Stab people with your horn.
Right?
You might need to go to court after drinking this coffee.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping that hard. But no, the the packaging is super cool.
The packaging is really cool. I like that packaging.
Dude, it really is. It's really cool. I like it. You got to check it out. Go online and check it out. I'm sure we'll have a link.
Yeah, we will.
Zelda.
I don't know, Mick. So I couldn't get past the syrup. Like, did you taste anything else out of it? Because like I got
no. The maple syrup thing was big, and it's deceiving because you don't think it's gonna have that much of an effect on you, and so you drink the first cup and it's so good you want another one, and by the time you get to the end of another one, your heart's racing, and so you're like, okay, I got to do something right now. Right. Like
this makes me want to drink it, but I probably wouldn't like it. Right? It's too dark.
No, I don't think so. I'm thinking if you drank it, dude, you would
have a heart attack.
Oh well, that and you'd poop a lot.
Yeah,
oh. Pooping heart attack, the worst kind.
Yes, that would be the worst thing. Yeah, you would have a fart attack.
One cup is there's no like crash, but 2 cups you're falling hard at the end.
Yes,
really, it's that crazy.
It's very strong.
What if you make it cold?
Oh man, I didn't try it cold. I bet it would be good. I'm intrigued. I bet it would be good cold. Yeah,
I kind of want to try it now.
No, it's not. It's not like that one stuff that you got and sent, and we tried it. And remember, I wrote them and said, it tasted burnt, and then they sent me new stuff,
and it tasted burnt.
And it did, and it had pomegranate kind of overtones to it.
You were nice to them. And
I was nice to them because they sent me a bunch of free coffee.
I know, but it wasn't drinkable.
But I drank that.
I ended up sending you my coffee that they had.
Did.
So you had tons.
I drank that stuff, and the kids and Lindsay left, and I was
what was that called?
I can't remember. It was named after some.
It wasn't the Kick Ash, right? You like that one?
No, I like that one. But
it was the Door County coffee.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. But the pomegranate stuff, I remember drinking it, and after I got done, I was like, I'll drink another one just to try it. And Lindsay and the kids left, and all of a sudden I got real jittery, and I was like, hey, I think Lindsay wants to rip the carpet up in the living room. Let's rip the carpet up in the living room. And I was
like on The Office, on The Office when they.
Oh, dude, I ripped up all the carpet. Oh God, it was horrible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing? I didn't want that ripped up.
But the unicorn blood wasn't as crazy as that stuff, but I think that had something else in it other than the pomegranate stuff, because I don't know.
That like, give me a bad review. I'll send you cocaine coffee.
That's right.
Cocaine bear coffee.
Oh, gosh.
All right. We're done with this segment.
There it is.
Yep.
Sir, do you realize that you are not drinking regular coffee, but Colombian decaffeinated coffee crystals?
What?
I said you're drinking Colombian decaf coffee crystals.
What? You son of a bitch! You no good damn son of a bitch!
This is the outro, y'all. Truth or dare, Mick?
Jeez, truth.
Truth. If we were to talk about addiction in this episode, do you think it would go over well, poorly, or super well?
It'd go over well.
Okay, in the middle.
Yeah, I think it works super well. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's probably some good stories here.
Y'all want to talk about addiction?
Sure.
Sure.
Do it.
Cool. I'll host this little addiction story episode podcast hour. That's right. This outro is an hour. Time it.
Holy
I'm
shit.
just.
Okay.
I'm kidding. That's a joke. I know when we originally said we're gonna have us four on, which is the first time I think we've had all us four on. Correct?
Yeah.
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 I don't think
Yep.
we had us four on before her.
Mhm.
But I said y'all into talking about addiction. Y'all said you were. So that was pretty cool. And I'll sort of like Steven. So you've talked about it before on the podcast, but
Yep.
you and I both were. We would call ourselves alcoholics, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You wanna get into that for the listener a little bit if you're comfortable with it?
I mean, so I'd say most of my life here on this rock, I struggle with addiction, alcohol, drugs, you name it. I was spending a lot of time feeding my head, I guess you'd say, trying to escape reality, running from stuff in my own mind. And it got me to really bad places. One of the hardest things I ever did was stop drinking and stop using. But I can tell you,
What were you using?
so my drug of choice was cocaine. But
Joe
yeah,
Rogan.
yeah, that's right, cocaine. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I did anything. So if it was there and available to me, I would partake.
And this was in your 20s?
This was all the way up to my 30s, man. Like, yeah, I've been 7 years sober now, but it got in my early teens and 20s, it was pot, mushrooms, acid, weekends, parties, stuff like that. And then
typical 20-year-old.
Yeah, just
He says, yeah,
just stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
But drinking,
some armed robbery.
Drinking really wasn't a thing in my life. It was, I didn't really like it. And then I got older, and then drinking got more involved, and then cocaine, and it's like hand in hand. I spent a ton of money, lost a lot of relationships, ruined a lot of friends and family relationships, girlfriends, DUIs, money out. It just spending money, passing time, chasing things here and there. I don't know how I didn't end up in prison, stealing, robbing. It was just stupid stuff. Got older, thought, hey, I'm gonna have a family now. Everything's gonna change. It didn't. I thought kids would, change what I was doing. It really didn't. It maybe a little bit would change here and there, but I'd always end back up, drinking and drugging.
With kids,
and it was it was an everyday thing, man. Like I was in it. I couldn't get out of it. I tried rehabs, counseling. I tried doing it myself a lot. It never worked. The one time where it did stick, and Jesus Christ definitely was there for me.
Yeah, so we're similar on that sense, right? Like,
yeah.
I know you and I are the only two here on the podcast now that say that we're Christians, but the same thing happened to me. Like, I tried. I'm not trying to take away from your story. I'm just, that's why we kind of connected. Is like I tried so many times on my own too. And basically when I was like, yo, God, I'm giving this shit up to you. Like that is when it actually stuck.
Yeah, that's when it stuck in it, and the support of my wife. And I did another rehab. I tried another one, and that worked. So the combination of those things.
Oh, you did go to rehab?
I did. I did outpatient, but it actually was the third time there. But it stuck. I threw it up to God, and that became a big thing in my life. And I can tell you now, being out of it for so long, wow, my life has changed. Like, incredible. Like, I sleep now, and it's like real sleep. When you're in the addiction, you don't even realize it, but stuff, even little stuff like that. All my relationships are way better.
It's terrible when you wake up and you're like, look at your phone, you're like, who do I have to apologize now?
Right. Or you go to your car like, wow, there's different colors on there.
Blue.
Yeah. Well,
I hit a blue car.
Where'd my mirror go again? It's crazy. Addiction's no joke, man. And we've talked about this before.
And it creeps up slowly too,
It
which
sure does. And it's not just drugs. You could be addicted to anything, man.
Well, I
shopping,
am.
gambling,
Yeah,
hockey.
Mr. Gamble, Mr. Gamble, by the way. You told I've never gambled. I've never gambled or spent I haven't even spent 10 cents on anything gambling wise, right? And I know you have an addictive personality just like I do.
Yeah, I do.
So when you told me you dropped some money on the NBA, I know you won, but that's how they get you.
It is.
You win once and then they take your house.
Yeah. So there's a new.
You got to be careful, and I'm saying it as a brother because we're both have crazy addictive personalities, and you don't want to fuck with gambling.
Definitely, and I'll tell you, it's different when you know it, because I know myself so well now on the addictive side. I have the ability to not go there. So
do you?
I do. I definitely do.
Because I don't. I have to just not do that stuff. Otherwise, it can get really ugly for me.
Right. Yeah. I know where the line is. I don't dare cross it. But so I did. Yeah. In good old Massachusetts, there's new stuff available to everybody in their phones and everything. Betting and all that stuff. So
isn't hockey's like sponsored by DraftKings now?
Yeah, dude, you could do anything, and all the guys at work are talking about. So I did my if you download the app and you deposit $5, they give you $150 free to spend. So I used that.
Oh, that was it. I thought they gave you free. I thought when you signed up, they gave you free money.
No, you have to deposit $5 and they give you $150. So I used that. I won some and I deleted the app. I took.
You really did?
I did.
Okay, good. And just for the listeners, I know you started Straight Edge for Christ, which is an outreach for people who are in the same situation as you, who are trying to get clean and who looking to God. But I'm personally not saying drinking's bad. I just choose not to do it because it ruined my life, because I have an addictive personality and can't control these things. But I know, Jacob, you drink, and I know it's not a huge issue for you. You're okay with, one here or whatever.
We'll see by the end of the podcast.
Uh-oh. Well, let's hear about it. What addictions do you struggle with?
No, for decades, because I was fully immersed in the crust scene, and it was just drinking every day, sometimes all day. It was decades of that, and a lot of Colt 45 malt liquor, a lot of the cheapest 12 packs you could find, whatever change you could put together, and it was just total escape, just listening to records, drinking beer, sitting down by the water, and just being dirty all the time. It was although oddly enough, the least I drank during that period was hopping trains, because I just knew if I was squatting or hopping trains, it was super dangerous.
Yeah.
So
it's super dangerous on its own. You don't want to be drunk while you're doing it.
Exactly. And but then I remember squatting with some people in Berkeley, and there's this one kid, I won't give up his name, but we sneak out of the squat and go down to Telegraph. And this poor kid was in such bad shape that he was shaking, trying to roll his cigarettes in the morning because he was going through withdrawal. And he would beg for enough change just to get some booze, just to stop shaking. And, it was kind of an eye opener. It was hard being around that and, being so close to it. And then, losing close friends. I'm sure you guys have had a similar situation. You're in it and you don't necessarily see it, or you don't think it's there while you're in it. And, your friends die, you make excuses. So, well, that can't be me. I don't do X, Y, or Z. another friend dies, another friend, has an accident, whatever. And and eventually you start to notice that you got to make a choice. You either got to leave that behind or just give into it fully.
Give into it. What do you mean? Like give into that lifestyle?
Oh yeah, just keep going down that path and just let it consume you. And
you spiral out of control.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And I've watched people do it, and they say, you look so good these days. How do you, what are you doing? What are you eating? This and that. You exercising? And I remember telling one of my friends, you should do, just try not drinking for 3 days, maybe a week. And they get mad at me, hang up. They don't want to hear. Yeah.
And that's not it.
When I stopped drinking, I lost like 35 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And like people said, my skin looked healthier.
Yeah.
It's brutal. I mean, you're basically poisoning your body.
Oh, completely.
I agree with you. So it's not like it's, so I'm not like, I don't know. So in society, obviously it's everywhere. And I'm not saying, that not everybody shouldn't drink. Like it's like you should, everybody has to be straight edge. I just know me personally, like you, I can't have one drink. One drink was never, that was never possible. And, and it always turned into everything else and all that stuff that comes along with it. But,
well, I slam everything I drink, even to this day. Like,
right.
Like when I drink this Oak and Crow coffee cold, I slam it. When I drink even fizzy water, I slam it. When I drink teas, I slam them. Like I have one mode.
Right.
Like I can't sip things unless they're super hot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just who I am. It's weird. I have a do it or go home, person. I don't have any in between. It's like I either do it or I don't do it.
That's the important thing to know is like just realizing your personality.
Yep. Your limits up.
Well, I think that's something that Steven learned too, right? Like, you sort of have the personality almost like Zach, where you say yes to everything. And I challenged you to say no to some things. And you've even said no to me, which I was very proud of you for. Like, hey, you want to fund this? No, I can't do it. Hey, you want to, can you be on this episode? No, I need time for my family. Like, that's huge, knowing when to say no. And your true friends will understand. They're not going to be mad at you. Right. People who are your friends and not using you won't be mad at you because you can't do something. They'll understand, Right. Just like we understood, like you can't do every episode, and we're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's something now you're good at it. Now you're good at saying no, but no, it's a good thing. No, it's a good thing. And I think, but you had to work on it, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Same thing with addictive personality. Like you got to say no to things if you have addictive personality. Like I'm either in it, like I said, or not in it at all. So anything I do at 100%. So if I know I can't take it on 100%, I have to say no to it. 150%. Like I've been asked, what's that, 150%?
Yeah.
I've been asked to be in like 5 bands or start, since my boy was born, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. Mm-hmm. Hey, you want to play drums for this? Can't do it. I don't have the time, and I can't. Right. As much as I think it would be great, it's not realistic. I know Jacob goes through that too because you're super busy.
Yeah.
So you have to say no.
Yeah, I don't even have time to pick up my guitar half the time, so there's no way I could say yes to anything.
Yeah. Well, because I know Brian wanted to get you in on that 21 thing that they did where they rewrote or they re-recorded the full record.
Yeah.
And he talks about that. Like, I think they just finished it, or they just released 3 songs from or something. He's like, I really wanted Jacob to play guitar on that. He doesn't have the time for it. I'm like, no, he does not.
No, I don't.
Leave that boy alone. But Mick, what do you think was an addiction that you dealt with in your life? Because I know you're more even than all of us, I would say.
More even
than Steven.
You're more evened out. I think so, at least knowing you.
I just grew up in a very strict, I don't want to say strict, but it was more because of being a PK. It was
which means pastor kid, not penalty kill.
Right. But like, so it was very holiness driven because of the the denomination of church that we were in. So that was always, alcohol's evil. So you didn't go there. But there was never a part of me that was like, whatever.
But if you're Catholic, it's all good.
Right. I just wasn't,
Sorry,
it just
bad
wasn't,
joke.
it just wasn't a thing in my
But
life
for real.
until I got older and, started, got into high school hangout or whatever. And so it never became a thing because I remember hanging out because we moved to Ohio and my grandpa was there and I'd spend time with my grandpa a lot and he would tell me stories about him and his brothers and how he had to go and get his brothers sometimes from these different bars because they all came back from World War II really screwed up. And so there's a lot of alcoholism in my family, so that kind of put me in a position to where I don't know if I can go that path, but at the same time I knew myself enough to know I really, when it comes to certain things, if I like it, it overwhelms. So like if I love reading books and I love reading books that are deep topic books. And some of you guys know, like if something interests me, I go head over heels into it. I dive into it. Like the whole, my entire life as a pastor, like all I did was read theology books because I would dig deep into, I wanted to go deep. I wanted to know history. I wanted to know that. And then when I started to deconstruct, it was the same thing. I started looking into all this other stuff and looking into different paths and different religions and different things. And, and I was reading books. I'd be buying books from all these different places and reading about all these different religions and reading about and diving deep. And so like, I knew for myself, if like, cause I have a conversation, Lindsay will have a drink every once in a while. I have friends that will hang out with and they'll drink or whatever. And they're always I have one friend who's always like, Mick, we want to see you get drunk. We want to see. And I'm like, no, you don't, because I know what I would be if I did that. Cause there would be no
You'd be
stopping
kicked out of Redline is what you'd be.
I well, that for one, but two, I know
I'm
it
just
would
teasing. I mean, I'm not teasing you, but I'm just teasing you.
I just know where I would go because, like there's, especially when you start thinking about what's out there, like there's different, just to be real, there's like different types of whiskey. There's different types of tequila. There's different types of different, alcohol, and you look and you see all that. And I'm going to be honest with you, the way some of the bottles look, the history behind it, the way there's different notes, it's just like coffee. So I would be totally into that. I would need to do this, this, and this. And then it would take me someplace not cool because because I know how it is like with food for me and coffee for me and soda for me. So I can only imagine what it would be if you introduced alcohol. So that's why I've never went down there, down that path. And the same thing with drugs. Like I don't have a problem with people drinking if they, if they know how to, I don't want to say handle it, but if they know how to walk it out.
Yeah, handle it, right?
Yeah, and same thing with, I have friends who
as long as you're not drunk driving or
right,
being
I have
piss ass drunk.
I have friends who smoke pot, and and honestly, it for them that helps them more than any anxiety medicine that they would ever take. I have friends who've tried mushrooms, and it's really helped them with some past abuse and spiritual abuse,
Like
and
mushroom
things.
tea type stuff or what?
No, like edible kind of things. There's a whole study right now in psychology and psychotherapy that where they're actually able to do some things with talking out some things with the brain, where people have even split personalities over trauma to help them connect and actually slow down things.
That's crazy that's real too.
Yeah. So
and that sort of comes back to your World War II vets. I wanted to touch on that for a second too. Like,
right.
That's crazy that's just important to me for some reason. But like that we, as a country, we sent these people to maybe one of the most brutal things that they'll ever face in their entire lives, right? Which things that are made of nightmares. And you send them to this place and you tell them to protect the country, which we're extremely grateful for. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's double-edged, right? Like they come back and you're like, okay, now it's time to go back to your family and your job. Like, here you go, have fun. And of course, these people are going to have drug and alcohol addictions and problems to try to even just sleep at night. And then like the whole trauma thing you're talking about, that has happened to a lot of vets, and they've been put on the street because they get this double personality to kind of hide their wounds. And I think that's just insane.
Yeah.
And it's so overlooked. I think it's getting, I think it's getting better in this country because more people are focusing on mental health as like a real thing.
Right.
You know, it's like alcoholism. You're like, okay, this is an issue. This is a problem. We need to get you into rehab, right? Or drugs, alcohol. We need to fix you. But it's like mental health stuff. They're just like, oh, we'll snap out of it.
Right.
At least they used to be like that.
No, well, it just depends on what scene and what scenario. Like a lot of in the Christian realm, it's like that.
Like
just
snap out of it.
Just snap out of it. Just get over it.
Give it to God. Give it to God, kind of thing.
Well, I heard a lot when I was growing up. Let go and let God. Like, let go and let God, brother. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
It means Jesus take the wheel.
Oh, is that what that means? Okay. But I don't know how many people, like, you don't know how many, like, daily conversations that I have with people because they know where I'm at now, contact me and bring things up like that, like legit hurt and pain. And some of them have been overcome by addiction. Some of them, because I don't know how to describe, because in some scenarios there is like a freedom to be more open and be able to try things, and alcohol in moderation has helped them. Like I legit know people that's kind of helped them. But I
think it can calm your nerves if you're super anxious or ADHD. Yeah. Like so for me, when that's how I got into it, was because like you guys, I don't mind talking to and being my crazy self, but like when I go play shows and stuff, if I wasn't at least a drink or two in, like I was going through anxiety issues and my ADHD would just like kick in and my brain would be everywhere, and alcohol sort of suppressed those things and brought me to another place. So that's why I really got addicted to alcohol, was because I felt like I felt like for a moment it fixed me until it didn't.
Helped you fit in.
Right? So do you think, so let's just be honest, the alcohol is not the issue. It's the disease behind
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It is like,
yeah, it's like the whole thing, like guns don't kill people, people kill people, you know, like like that whole argument type thing, which there's truth behind that, right?
Yes.
To all things. So alcohol's like the gun.
Right.
You know, it all depends how much you put in your body, the decisions you make while you're on it, what kind of person you are, what trauma you're trying to hide, what you're going through, what you're not dealing with head on, and you're trying to drown those things away. And you just wake up and they're there. So you just start drinking. Like and I know there's people who are worse than this, but I would get up at like 10 a.m. and start drinking. And then I would be drinking until the time I went to bed. You know, at the end there, I was drinking a fifth of whiskey a day and probably like a 30-pack of beer.
Yep. Both in a day?
Yeah. Towards the end. And for about a year, I was drinking a fifth of whiskey for about 5 years straight. And then I started adding beer on top of it because I wasn't even drunk. I was just drinking it to just be myself.
Right.
Like it wasn't even getting me drunk. So I had to start mixing beer and liquor because it would shake things up.
Mm-hmm.
And like there was so many times I would end up drinking like at least 2 12-packs, at least.
Isn't it crazy how like that went from like trying to be social, like and like feel normal to fit in the crowd, I guess you'd say, to that. Like, because that's where I was. It went from just trying to be like in the group, you know, feel calm and be part of the clique, and then it turned into this whole everyday nightmare.
Oh yeah. And that happened to me. Like I was a steady alcoholic for probably like 8 or 9 years, but it started getting to that crazy point probably the last 2.5, 3 years. And that last year of it went from I was a complete functioning alcoholic who could hold down a job to being completely fine around people to automatically not knowing how to hold my liquor, to stealing my best friend's car, to breaking into one of my friend's houses, to waking up with knots all over my head, to police knocking on my door, to opening up my phone and like, you fucking asshole, I'm never talking to you again. What? You know what I mean? Like, we're kicking you out of the band. Like, what are you talking about? You just tried to fist fight the drummer. You know, like, I don't remember any of this. No, there's no way. Like, look at your elbow. We smashed you with the Jack Daniels bottle on your elbow. I think your elbow is probably cut or I'm like, sure enough, on my upper tricep, it's all cut. I'm like, holy crap, I don't remember that. You know, like all these crazy things. And like, I basically was like, this has to, like, I woke up and looked at my life, and I'm 42, and in this month, actually, this is May, next month.
Yeah.
No, in July. So 2 months from now, from when this drops, I will be sober 9 years.
Nice.
But I woke up and looked at my life, and I was like, basically, I'm playing in like 4 bands. I'm working at a restaurant as a line cook, and running 3 house venues, and doing sound under the table for 2 venues. And all my friends are at least 10 years younger than me, because no one my age is doing this anymore. And I was basically like, do I want to be that 40-year-old who's still hanging out with 20-year-olds and doing this all the time? And that's my life, like waking up, running house shows and stuff. Like, as a 40-year-old, I was like, it scared me. And I was like, I need to make a change. So that's when I moved to Chicago for the second time, and went to Jesus People, because it's a dry, or at the time it was a dry community, and had things that I went through therapy, alcoholic therapy, and therapy for abusive relationships. And it really helped me a lot. So I did that for about 3 years. And now I'm sober.
So let's we'll do this. We'll throw some I know a couple places that kind of help deal with some of with addiction, and then also some mental, like, you know, people going through some mental health.
Well, they both, I think they go together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll put some links for that on this episode, so you know, so we can be more than just talking about it. We can actually offer some help and connections with
Yeah. And the last thing that I personally want to say about that is, like, I'm not talking shit about alcohol and like marijuana and stuff, because I know there is proof that it helps people. I just know, as people, we take everything and ruin it. That's human nature.
Right.
And so I guess, I don't know if I want to say I'm victim to that, but I pursued that.
Right. I think the saying that's been around for a very long time, that we should know yourself. You know, we were taught for a long time, especially if you were in the realm of any type of church, you're not supposed to work on yourself, in the sense of, like,
give it to God and work with God.
Right.
Which I think, as a Christian myself, I think that's important though too. But I understand where you sit with it.
But when you're taught that, and not taught to take care of yourself at the same time.
See, I didn't have that I grew up Baptist, which whole different set of problems. Like, religion is definitely, I have a huge issue with religion. I think it's a terrible thing. But and I know people are like, oh, well, you call yourself Christian, you can't separate that, right? But to me, it is separated, right? Like, religion and Jesus, or like religion and anything that you believe in, that you don't follow any man. Like, you don't go to church and give your money to and listen. People get caught up in that shit, man, and that's another addiction. It can ruin people's lives. Like, these false prophets and all this crazy shit. These preachers on TV, name any religion, like, it can get really, really ugly and really, really bad. So, and that's sad. Like I said, people take a good thing, like they take God, whoever God may be to you individually, and I think they abuse it, and they use it to make money.
Yep.
And that's so, it's nasty. It's like, it's taking a good thing and just diluting it with poop water.
Right.
You poop in your pants, Ron Burgundy.
You pooper.
So yeah.
But I wanted to say about hockey, like, I started noticing that about myself. Like, when these playoffs hit, I'm at work. I'm working, but I'm listening to every game. That's like what 12 hours worth of hockey in the first round a night.
Yeah.
Like I started getting a little bit scared. I saw like my addiction kind of come back in because
Mhm.
I'm not really doing music a lot right now. Like, yeah, we're putting out albums, but I'm not really playing out live. And I'm, watching my son, and I work at night. And so hockey was kind of like an escape for me. But I was like, man, I'm giving a lot of time to this.
Mhm.
Even if it's just listening. Like maybe that's not healthy. Maybe I should break it up with something. So that's something I had to sort of put the brakes on a little bit.
I can see that sports can be very addicting.
Well, then I was
know,
listening to podcasts about it when I
yeah.
wasn't watching it.
Right?
I think
And
I
like-
think it just slowed down because the Bruins are out, then
Ooh.
New Jersey went out, and
That's
then then we were pushing for
Seattle
and Edmonton, and then now they're gone, and so like now you're down to 4 teams that you hate.
Yes.
And,
Well, I'm okay with the Golden Helmets. I
hate the Golden Helmets.
I know you do. I hate Dallas. I hate the Canes. I hate Florida. Jacob's like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
And look, normally like Florida and the Canes are playing right now, and like I'm not even watching it.
You would be telling us updates while we're doing
right.
it. So
Yeah.
Don't watch that series. But yeah.
I'm going to.
I mean, I hate to say it, but the Hurricanes are gonna win. So
Well, I've been saying that since the regular season. I said that's the team I'm afraid of the most.
as a true Boston fan, I've been saying that they were gonna beat us. So
yeah,
no,
they're
we didn't
they
make
did.
it
They
that far.
basically did, right? In the
Right.
regular season.
Yeah.
The Bruins record against them, they've lost more than they've won.
Right.
I'm rooting for Dallas.
Yeah, we know.
So I'm
Get
rooting
outta
for it
here.
the rest of the way out. I'm
Same.
Dallas.
Tyler Sagan.
Get out of here.
That's the only thing I got left.
What's so funny is nobody knows this yet, but there's in the future,
Yeah.
there's something that Wiley and I talk about, and we're so wrong.
Yes. But we aren't at the same time.
True. That's true. Yeah.
We do a hockey time capsule. We recorded it before this episode. So the
Yes.
next episode is going to be really weird because it's us talking about hockey when it was still in the second round.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But we forewarn everybody, like it's kind of like
Yeah.
a time capsule to see how we were, and that we were actually going to talk some on this episode before that episode. So it's really like a weird timey-wimey, like weird.
And we were
Time
right about the
capsule.
Devils. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
geez.
Mark.
We're like,
We were
there's
right about
no
them.
way. There's just no way.
Yeah.
But this is like the worst playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah, my season's been over for a while.
Yeah. My season never started. So shut up.
Whatever. I was rooting for the Ducks, so I don't want to hear.
Your season never started since
No.
2 years ago.
Yeah, since 2 years ago, and then we didn't even get the first round pick because that was totally.
Oh yeah. Don't.
Yeah, I know.
Don't go John Joseph on
Sorry.
tinfoil hat. It's rigged.
It's
It's all
rigged.
rigged.
It's all rigged.
Oh my goodness.
Oh well. Well, we've been talking for a long time.
Yeah. So we got an episode. Unless Jacob, did you want to add anything to the addiction talk?
Oh, to the hockey talk?
No, to the addiction talk.
No.
All right. You're still looking
Although-
dapper with your chops and your short hair.
Yeah.
No, I did want
I'm
to
glad you
add
kept it.
to, when you were talking about things like mushrooms and marijuana for therapies and things like that, I've actually been for about a year or so doing little bits of microdosing with mushrooms on and off, just for anxiety, and it's helping a little bit. And I used to smoke a lot of cannabis, and I just can't anymore, but I do like the effects that it has as far as arthritis.
Yeah.
I'm about to, I'm waiting.
Oh, because your wrist, right?
Yeah, I'm going to need 2 hand surgeries and a knee surgery for arthritis.
Mike did both those, right? He did a knee surgery and 2 wrist surgeries. Exact
Oh,
same
no
thing.
kidding. I should talk
Yeah.
to him about it.
Uncle Mike, hit him up.
And I can't smoke anymore. I don't have the time to be stoned, but I have been eating it in like mixed with coconut oil, and a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening. and it really hurts because I'm at that point where it's bone on bone, and it's excruciatingly painful, and everything I do involves my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
You should really talk to Mike, honestly, because he did not do them at the same time, which was a really good thing that he did not do that.
Yeah, you can't, because you're I have a really good friend whose husband just did that whole thing, had the same surgeries, and he's in the food industry, and you can't, you can't do both hands at the same time.
No. So Mike did it, and he was back to work in like a week.
Huh.
Each time, like I think he did them months apart. His knee, though, he was out for a really long time.
Yeah.
I remember we went to visit him.
Would be quick. They would be able to do that in a day, and I'd probably be back on my feet in 72 hours. But my hand,
Oh, really?
They want to drill through the bone in my thumb, remove another piece of bone, and use an anchor sort of thread of some sort and wrap it around and stabilize it.
Yeah, I think that's what they
did.
I think that's what they did with Mike. So he was getting like those shots, cortisone shots or whatever in his wrist. And then they just stopped working.
I did one cortisone shot, and I probably won't do it again because I wanted to punch the doctor in the balls.
Just like the coffee.
So uncomfortable.
Even after, or just initially?
No, while it was happening, it felt like he was filling my hand full of caulk.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like you could feel it filling up.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That sucks.
Anyway.
That's weird. That's weird that that they told you vice versa of what actually happened to Mike.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, but
because I remember his knee was bad. He had to do like physical therapy for it. He was out for a while. I'd go visit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out for a while for that. His hands, though, really quick.
Weird. Well,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys are getting different things done. I don't know, but it's worth reaching out to him.
Yeah, definitely. And I haven't talked to him in a while, so it'd be fun.
If for the listeners, we're talking about Uncle Mike Perlmutter, Jews for Jesus. He was in Crash Dog. He was in Head Noise. He started a band called Anti-World System. They're like a D-beat Christian band. And then he was also in 2 Minute Minor for 2 records.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I hooked up and know Jacob, is through Mike.
Yep.
He's the bridge there. And Mike's the one who trained me at my job here. I took his place.
Oh.
So 7 degrees of Mike Perlmutter.
That I did not know.
Cool. Well, do you want to outro us out here, Mr. Mick?
Yeah. So here's the deal.
Let's hear
Help
it.
us out. Share this record with your friends. Share
this record.
This record. Oh my god.
We're getting this put on wax, eh?
Yeah.
do it.
Oh yeah.
Press it.
No.
It's going to be in jukeboxes on a 45.
So help us share this podcast with your friends. Post it there on the Facebooks and the Instagrams and everywhere else that there is social media. Get it out there. And go to those places where you listen to our podcast and follow us and like us and give us stars and all those things. And if you
give us 1 star for talking about politics.
And if you're a band and you want your stuff, on the show,
send it to Jacob.
Send it to Jacob. No, send it to our Instagram. That's the best place to get a hold of us. And there you go. That's my spiel, and I'm sticking to it.
I like it, sir.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. It was a pleasure seeing y'all's faces.
Yes.
I love each and every one of you guys. And we out of here.
See ya.
Bye.
Coffee and hardcore laid on thick. Coffee and hardcore. Coffee and hardcore. What's the struggle? It was a sale. Face it to just what they know. What's going to say? What the thing? Coffee and hardcore, you know what I mean? Coffee, hardcore, coffee.
Coffee, 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 hardcore, coffee, 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 hardcore, coffee, 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 hardcore, coffee,
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 hardcore,
coffee,
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 hardcore,
coffee,
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 hardcore,
coffee,
coffee,
hardcore,
coffee,
coffee,
hardcore,
coffee,
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 coffee, hardcore, coffee, 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 hardcore, coffee, coffee, hardcore, baby buggy, baby bumpers, baby buggy, baby bumpers, baby buggy, baby bumpers. What, Jacob? What?
Eject.